today we're making these super cute and oh so yummy carrot cake cookies for Easter. Hi there foodie friends, my name is Carly and welcome back to my channel Adventures in Yum. To start the batter to a large mixing bowl, we add 3 cups or 420 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and half a teaspoon of allspice. Once we give that a quick mix, we set it aside for now. Next, to a large separate mixing bowl, we're adding 2 sticks or 1 cup or about 220 grams of room temperature unsalted butter, half of which has been browned ahead of time. We're also adding 1 cup or 200 grams of granulated sugar and 1 cup or 200 grams of packed brown sugar. Now we cream the butter and sugars until they are really well combined and fluffy, about 3 to 5 minutes. Then we add 2 large eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract and mix until well combined. Now we add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients as well as finely shredded carrots and 1 cup or about 140 grams of chopped walnuts, and then mix everything until they're just combined. The measurement for the finely shredded carrots is 3 cups, which equates to about 400 grams. However, I decided to do something a little bit different with this particular batch. While you certainly can add the carrots after shredding them, I decided to let the carrots sit in some paper towels for at least 30 minutes, if not an hour, and then wrung out the excess water they produced. This removed approximately 100 grams of water. So our carrots are now going to add the flavor and the light texture, but not nearly as much excess liquid to our batter. As I mentioned, the cookies will still turn out either way, but removing excess water will make the dough a little bit thicker, which I personally prefer. Once our dough is just mixed together, we're scooping it onto a parchment paper lined baking sheet using a medium-sized cookie scoop. Once all of the dough has been scooped, we're going to cover the dough balls with plastic wrap and then chill it in the refrigerator for at least 1 to 2 hours or even overnight. If you want to bake them right away, they will certainly still turn out, but they will spread more, which will result in a thinner cookie. Personally, I always recommend chilling them first. Now that the dough has chilled in the fridge, we're going to pop some of the dough balls onto a separate parchment paper lined baking sheet, making sure to spread them out and then baking them at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 degrees Celsius for approximately 17 to 18 minutes. If you want a more perfect circular shape to these cookies, take them out about 5 to 6 minutes before they're done and use a large circle cookie cutter to shape them into even circles. Then we put them back in the oven to finish baking. I tried waiting for the cookies to be completely baked and then shape them like I do with regular chocolate chip cookies, but the sides of these ones are pretty much set when they come out of the oven, so that's why we do this process before they're fully done baking. As soon as these cookies come out of the oven, let them cool for at least 5 to 10 minutes on the cookie sheet before moving them to a cooling rack or a storage container. Before we finish our Easter carrot cake cookies, if you are enjoying this video, then please make sure to hit that like button, click subscribe, and ring that bell to be notified about my latest video. We're now whipping up some cream cheese frosting using a recipe from Sugar Geek Show. I'll link Liz's recipe in the description of this video, but the reason I prefer her recipe is that she mixes the butter first and then the cream cheese is mixed just until combined. By following this technique, it ensures that the cream cheese frosting will have a stiffer consistency because we're not over mixing the cream cheese. After we've added all of our sifted powdered sugar a cup at a time, as well as salt and vanilla extract, we're adding some green food gel color. Using a piping bag fitted with a Wilton 233 grass tip and filled with our green cream cheese frosting, we're going to pipe right on top of our cookie and make it look like the top is covered in grass. We do this by holding the piping bag right above the cookie, and we squeeze the piping bag to build up a little bit of frosting, start to lift the bag, stop piping, and then finish lifting the bag up. When using this piping tip, make sure to clean it off once in a while in between piping to ensure that it stays nice and fluid and it doesn't start to get kind of gunky. We repeat this until our cookie is fully covered, and then we can add either some Cadbury chocolate eggs, Peep marshmallow chicks, or whatever cute Easter candy decoration you prefer. If you find it too challenging to do the grass on top of the cookie, or maybe you have a limited number of piping tips, you can also just pipe a swirl that covers the top of the cookie like I did with some of them here using a Wilton tip 32. A Wilton Star tip 21 or a round 12 tip could also work perfectly for the swirl as well. And here's our complete carrot cake cookies for Easter. What do you think about these Easter carrot cake cookies, and would you give them a try? Let me know in the comments. If you're interested in checking out some of the products I used in this video, then please make sure to check out that video description below for some of their Amazon links. Thank you so much for joining me today, foodie friends. I'll see you next time for another peep-tastic, yummy adventure.